Oh, hey, folks. Good morning again. This is Paul. We are going to be doing it here this morning because I got a couple of extra minutes here because of my pre-trip down to this puzzling event of my past job here where the big boss has come down and wants to get to the bottom of things, which I don't know how this is going to financially reward me in any way. But I feel like I have to do it, and don't ask me why. Now, I just want everybody to know that I did make a futile but admirable attempt to clean up my car here. And I made some limited progress with it. And, I'm trying. You know what I mean? It is really, really difficult because I'm still really far behind the 8 ball. And until I get some things done, I'm not going to feel good about it at all. And I can't focus my time on this, which is there's other things that are far exceedingly more important than this. Although this is important, I'm one man, you know what I mean? So I can't really go through this. So anyways, it was a futile but admirable effort that was a book. That was the story from the last story time. That's why I was telling you about Ludlow Kissel, that when he set this thing off and it started to blow, and after the first explosion, there was another wick that was starting to burn toward the next one, and it had already traveled a ways. And Gene Shepard said that he was a little boy then. In the book, he says that Ludlow Kissel actually made a very daring, admirable, but futile attempt to move that thing to a safe area. But he couldn't do it. It was just too dangerous, and he moved it a little bit, but it still blew and pieces went all over the place and did damage to everybody's porch and everything else. So that's where I get that from, okay? That was the relation here. So, I know, let's get on with it. One other thing. I talked to my friend Danny. You know, Danny was like, too bad. You know, the special needs kid, connected in heavily with the city of Hollywood here, and the police, and the paramedics, and the fire company, and blah, 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 blah. And they pay his, bill for his cell phone, his iPhone 12, or whatever the hell it is, right? Right? Okay? Yeah, too bad. Danny, what if people, they're getting, sick? Too bad. Okay? So, again, Danny didn't have any original thoughts. You're hearing this coming from the police chief. Remember when I used to wear my hat for the police chief on my now defunct channel? Fire chief. Remember, not many people know about that one because it's on my last removed channel. So, he was making a joke and he said, hey, here's my friend. He's a security guard. And I bumped into him. This guy wasn't going to be making the rocket propulsion system for the next trip to Mars. He just looked like he was somebody of average intelligence that had a decent job at the airport, and we'll leave it at that. And I just kind of, you know what I mean, the dumb dildo theory. I had to kind of really put on kid gloves here because it's very difficult to get people without slipping into their cagey, I know everything and I'm listening to TV attitude, which is an immediate no-go. So in order to be able to figure out where these people are at, you have to kind of act like a little bit of a dumb dildo, like, yeah, but I heard people are getting it after they get the jab, and it's like they still get it. Yeah, like that, the dumb dildo routine. And then they're a little bit more open about talking about things. So this guy was, he wasn't going to be building the rockets to go to Mars, okay? Let's just put it that way. I'm not saying he was a dunce. I'm just saying that he didn't look like he was terribly, terribly smart. Not that he was dumb, okay? Average guy with an average job. I talked to him and I said, listen, what do you think about everything that's going on right now? And he goes, well, in the airport, doesn't it? I said, no, I'm not talking about that. I said, you can't, fly or anything like that unless you're jabbed. And he goes, well, over there. I said, no, not over where you're working. I'm not saying that, I said, in general, because it took him a little while to absorb the idea that I was trying to get his skinny on the kind of things that were going on all around us, not just at the airport. And he finally figured that out. And he didn't really have any ideas one way or another because he had already been jabbed. He didn't mean anything to him. His sister got the jab, and then she wound up getting the scam anyway. And then Danny there, too bad. He came out and he said, yeah, he says, my sister got the jabs, and then she got the scam afterwards. I said, and then I really, really got tough with them because I said, well, wait a minute. I said, no wonder why they're going to make everybody get it. No wonder why. That's perfect. I said, and because the guy said that his wife got it. She got the scam after she got jabbed. And I said, well, how long has she been dead? I said, you're a widower now. And he looked at me like, and I said, she's dead, right? I said, she got the scam. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't call it the scam to him. And he kind of looked at me real puzzled. He said, she didn't die. I said, did she lose bodily functions? And he goes, she's fine. She's up and running. I said, no wonder why they want us to all force ourselves to go down there. I said, I thought everybody died. Then when that happens and you get the scam, don't you die, don't you? Isn't that the dumb dildo routine? Isn't that everybody dies? But at that point, they knew I was being a smartass, right? At that point. So then I said to him, I said, don't worry, you're not going to be forced into taking a jab. I mean, you don't want to fly, right? You don't want to fly, right? It's good enough for you to be watching those things, right? You don't want to fly, right? Of course, if you do, you're going to have, but I was going to force you. See? And then, after thinking that possibly pay dirt has been achieved to some small way, that this pea brain, that this guy with the average Joe job there at the airport would think maybe, hey, you know what, this guy has a point? No. Because what happened? I told him, I said, do you realize how close we are to 1940, a place in Europe where they did a lot of things that weren't good, and it went all the way to 1945 through World War II? I said, do you know how close we are to that? And I said, what if they breach the system? I said, you're going to need a tattoo. You're going to need it. He said, no, they're going to have a database. I said, what if the database is breached? I said, what if you get your papers wet? Yabo. And I did that to him. And then they walked away and ridiculed me the whole time they were walking away while they were laughing. Folks, this is what you're dealing with. This did not look to me like he was a mental genius that was building rockets for a SpaceX or whatever it is. This was just a guy working at the airport, and the brain material, at least the active brain material, is microscopic. There's nothing there. Do you understand? And this is what you're facing now. Do you understand? Let that be a good lesson to you, because the pea brain, the microscopic pea brain, is what we're having now, and it is more common than you think. Folks, I got to do the news, so we'll call an end to this. This will be Storytime 1A, okay? And I'll see you back here with the news in a minute. Bye.